Hey YouTube, and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to build some snowman picks for your Christmas tree. So we're going to start off with these ping pong balls or table tennis balls that I got from Dollar Tree. So essentially we're going to put the two table tennis balls together like so to make your snowman. Next we have these little mini pom-poms. I think they come in like 3 or 4 different sizes in this pack. So we're going to use those on our snowman body. And we also have some toothpicks. These are not absolutely necessary to use, but I got them just for reinforcements, just in case I need it. And we also have these mini bows that came from Dollar Tree as well. They're twist tie on the back, different colors. So I'm going to use those as well. Okay, to get things started, to form the snowman, you're going to glue 2 of the balls together, which is kind of self-explanatory. But you see 2 glue guns there because I thought I would use glitter glue sticks. And I thought it would make it look better to use the glitter glue, but that turned out not to be a good idea. So I did not use the glitter glue throughout the entire project. As you'll see, I just switched back to the regular glue. So to get things started, I am going to just glue the 2 balls together. That's kind of self-explanatory. I'm going to start it out with the glitter glue and just glue the 2 balls together to see if I liked this method. And then the next set I'm going to use the toothpick on, and I'm just going to put the toothpick into one ball and then set the other ball on top of it with the toothpick to kind of poke it through. So they're kind of flimsy, so they're really easy to poke through with the toothpicks. So I put the 2 together with the toothpicks and then reinforced with glue as well to see which method I liked better. I also went ahead and sketched a little face on one of the balls as the snowman face. So I think I like the toothpick method better. What I did was I put the toothpick, of course, into both of the balls, put a little glue, and then I ended up pulling the 2 balls apart just a little bit to expose the toothpick, put a little glue in there, and then pushed the 2 balls back together to hold it all in place. Now here is where the glitter glue fail happened. I decided to try to use the glitter glue to trace over the markings I made for the snowman face, and I just did not like how it looked. So thankfully, the glitter glue just peels right off of the balls if you put the glue on the balls. So I didn't like how it looked, so I just peeled it right off. So since the glitter glue did not work, I pulled out my fancy art supplies, aka my Sharpie, to make the face on the snowman, and that seemed to work out just fine. So next is the bow feature on the snowman. So I take these little mini bows that, again, they just twist, tie around any object, any small object. So I'm going to put it in between the head and the body of the snowman to kind of emulate a bow tie on the snowman. Okay, next detail on the snowman are the little buttons on the front of the snowman. So I just took a dot of hot glue and just glued the little small pom-poms, just 2 of them, on the front of the snowman with just that little dot of glue. And I alternated the colors from the bow that I used. So on this particular one, I used the red bow, so I used the green pom-poms. So the next step was to create the pig portion of the snowman. So I used these bamboo skewers from Walmart and had to gently hold on to the body of the snowman so that it wouldn't dent, and then twist and poke the skewer through the bottom of the snowman. And it's fairly easy to poke through since these ping pong balls were thin. But then after that, I just put a bead of glue around the bottom where the skewer was stuck in. And here's another snowman that I created. So some of the ping pong balls have writing on them. So I just used the writing to make the smiley face on the snowman. So I just used my Sharpie and darkened the writing in to make the smiley face on the snowman. So I just repeated the process to create a few more snowmen. So here are the snowmen that were done thus far. They were still sort of plain, and I know I needed to have something to put on their heads because, again, they looked a little plain. So at this point, I'm going to create some little stocking caps for their heads. So what I did was take a lot of yarn. I'm going to use this little box to wrap the yarn, and then I'm going to cut it in half and then cut that in half again to create some smaller pieces of yarn. I'm going to then use pieces of an old paper towel roll, and I'm going to tie it around and loop it around to create a stocking cap effect for the snowman. Now, the reason I'm going to use the paper towel roll is because that was the only thing I could find without having to create something that would fit around the ping pong balls that would create that hat effect. So as you'll see, I'm going to go through with creating the stocking cap for my snowman. Okay, after I cut my piece of the paper towel roll, I'm going to take this string, I'm going to fold it in half, and I'm going to loop it through the inside of the paper towel ring. I'm going to take the loose pieces and then circle back through in between the loop from the other end of the string. So it's kind of hard to explain it, but I'm going to do it a couple times here so you can see. So I'll do it again, and I'm going to slow it down to try to get a better view. So I'm going to take one piece of yarn and fold it in half. Then I'm going to thread it through the inside of the paper towel roll, the piece that was cut off. So once that is through, I'm going to thread the loose end of the piece of yarn that I folded back through the loop or the end that I'm holding in my left hand. Those two loose pieces are going to go loop back through over the paper towel ring. Then I'll pull it tight and then slide it close together to kind of give that stocking cap effect. So I'm going to continue this process all the way around the cut piece of paper towel ring to create the stocking cap effect. And this is what it looks like at the end. I think this was the most time consuming part of the project, was taking those individual pieces and then tying them onto the paper towel ring individually. So in the end, I take one smaller piece of the yarn and I'm going to tie it around the loose ends or the top of the stocking cap. What I'm going to do is tie it tight, and then I'm going to eventually cut off the excess or the top to create a little poof on top of the stocking cap. So before I cut off the top, I'm just going to give it a little dry fit to make sure it fits down on my snowman head pretty secure, and it does. So this little dry fit, then I'm going to take it off, cut the excess yarn off of the top. I'm going to use glue, hot glue on the inside of the hat, and then glue it to the snowman's head. I also put a little bead of hot glue to keep the string that I tied around the excess yarn to keep that from sliding off. So I put that glue there, and then again I'm going to go and put it on the inside and then glue it to the snowman head. And here are the finished snowman pics. You can choose to paint the bamboo skewers if you want to another color. I just chose to keep them in the natural bamboo color. But again, here are the finished snowmen. I really like how they turned out. So I used the snowman pick in my Christmas tree last year. So there's a quick pic of last year's Christmas tree. And this year they are hanging out on our cocoa bar. So thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Give us a thumbs up if you like what you see. Again, thanks so much.